How many more decades are we going to wait until we iron out the technicalities of ownership and wanting to control our resources and our livelihood?
Nunavut is a vast territory and ground zero for some of Canada's most important challenges: climate change, preserving Inuit culture, protecting wildlife, boosting economic opportunities, and bolstering our national security. To help chart the future, there is a detailed plan to clarify how the land and waters can be used, which is a requirement of the Nunavut Agreement. It contains the voices, hopes, and priorities of Inuit. It strikes a balance between sustainable resource development and conserving fish and wildlife that have been traditional food sources for centuries. The recommended plan has not yet been approved, and so the benefits it would provide for the people of Nunavut and other Canadians have not been realized.
The Nunavut Land Use Plan needs to be signed right away for two very simple reasons, and I'm sure so much more. First of all, our rights need to be protected because it's a condition under the Nunavut Agreement. Secondly, it frees up opportunities for Inuit to use their strengths as hunters, as fishers, and be economically independent.
It would benefit Nunavut for the protection of their land and for preserving their culture, and at the same time, there's a bit of free land to be developed for industries, but that has to go through a process of being approved.
The people of Nunavut want to retain their traditions and protect their land, but they also need many more opportunities for training, education, and well-paying jobs in a variety of fields, like mining, tourism,
we have 110 employees at Polar,
and research.
My great-grandmother taught us that you have to sow to provide for your family if there's nobody there to provide for you. I'm just working day to day for my kids, making sure my kids have what they want and need until they're old enough to take care of themselves.
We just mainly live mostly off our country meat, especially with the high cost of the groceries. We do a lot of hunting to survive with for our family. We need more job opportunities at home and more buildings, especially with housing. It's really hard.
There is critical mineral potential in Nunavut, but with no land use plan in place, mining companies are actively staking exploration claims even in areas that Inuit communities want protected.
So I think the Nunavut Land Use Plan is really important for the development of Nunavut, so that every company or every project that wants to develop has to follow some rules that are set to control what's happening. And those rules are based on Inuit input from all the hamlets. So it tells which areas can be developed and how to make sure we preserve the species, the land, the areas that are important for the people here.
The plan is important, and it provides certainty for industry of where they can and can't go, when, how, what the limitations are. So I'm very optimistic that once it's approved, it will be a very positive tool for Nunavut.
ᓄnaᕗήθმυ Foods is the world's largest wild Arctic char fishery here in Cambridge Bay. For the time being, we have a pretty good control over the mining exploration in our area, especially when it comes to the fishery. First of all, I am for mining. I've worked underground before, so I know that these mines are worked very strictly and they're clean, but there still is an impact on the environment. So when it comes to the area where we commercial fish, I think we definitely need to keep a close eye on it. I believe the land use plan would definitely be something that would help us to keep protection over our fishery here. So Yeah, I think that's a good idea to have it in place.
We know that this land use plan does not satisfy every interest of participants, but through ongoing review and assessment and responsiveness, this land use plan can be amended.
This roadmap is all the more important given the emphasis Canada is placing on Arctic sovereignty and security and fast-tracking major infrastructure projects.
The North is opening up. We see that by watching the news. We know that it'll be the new avenue of commerce from Asia to Europe. And it's not a maybe, it's happening. Already there are dozens of ships transiting through the North Arctic waters every summer. So what does Canada want to do about that?
The timing's critical. We see that we have a prime minister that's talking about nation-building projects. This plan supports in Nunavut 4 of the nation-building projects.
I believe there is momentum now, which we should all recognize and try to capture.
It's our own land. That's the beginning of it, you know. We're proud of where we come from, and the name Nunavut means our land. And I like to see that our Nunavut operates the best as it can be.